Raider Nation, what is going on? I hate to even make this video right now. I know I haven't been on YouTube very much lately, but after this last Chiefs game, after this last matchup, I think it's safe to say that we're done for this season. I'm not looking at playoffs. I'm not looking at scenarios. I'm not looking at matchups going forward. I'm going to look and see who can survive this roster, who can survive on this coaching staff in the front office, what Mark needs to do moving forward going into next season, because this isn't going to work. Don't get me wrong. I understand everything that's happened. I understand losing John Gruden a few weeks in was hard on us. I understand the Henry Ruggs situation. I understand our team president stepping down just before the season because of our dysfunction of this franchise that we've had that seems to just never go away. Our consistent dysfunction all across the board on all levels, front office, coaching staff, our players. It's ridiculous. I understand there's a lot against us, and I understand that this is a season that was going to be really hard for us to pull through and make happen. I understand that there's teams that have overcome stuff like this, but the Raiders have never been that team that's overcome stuff like this. Unfortunately, we had a full-blown offensive line rebuild in the offseason. That didn't work. I was really hoping for some development there, through rebuilds, bringing in new guys, first-time starters, giving them contract extensions. I'm thinking we have hope for this offensive line, and that wasn't the case. Obviously, even with investing in Josh Jacobs right now, is that even smart when we can't even build an offensive line in front of him? At this point, you could have anybody. You could have Saquon Barkley back there, Christian McCaffrey. It's not going to matter because there's no space for any of these guys to run. We failed on so many recent draft picks. What are we doing right now? Lynn Bowden Jr., talked about Henry Ruggs, Damon Arnett, Cleveland Farrell's barely existent. Is Rich Bisaccia the guy going forward? I don't think so. I don't think he's the long-term answer. No clock management, no adjustments. I'm not going to downgrade his qualifications, but he is a special teams coach. There's no way he's out there making adjustments for the offense. And Greg Olsen isn't the offensive coordinator that we need going forward. We're looking like the 2014, we're looking like the rookie year Derek Carr offense right now. No creativity. Keep everything short. Everything that goes downfield, do we even have time for it? Do we even have the playmakers? We had like 4 wide receivers going into this thing that were active this week, right? We had Hunter Renfrow. We had Zay Jones. Who do we Brian Edwards is hardly ever on the field. Who do we have on the field to throw the ball to? Darren Waller was listed on the injury report as a wide receiver this week. That doesn't make any sense. Can't assemble a wide receiver core to save our life. Obviously, Henry Ruggs was a big part of that, but it just doesn't make sense. Even whenever Darren Waller was in there, we couldn't utilize him correctly to give this offense any spark. Sorry, this definitely wasn't the season that we wanted. It looked promising, and although it's another late season collapse, I still don't think it's under the same circumstances. I think we just got dealt with so much adversity, it just crumbled us. Unfortunately, we crumbled. I'm not going to say it's an excuse. I'm not going to say that we should have given the circumstances, but we did. That's what happens. The defense made strides. Gus Bradley did. But it's not enough. There's talent. The defense has rhythm. They have some swagger to them. Gus Bradley came in there and he did pretty well. But he still designs a scheme that, he wants their offense to beat his scheme. He doesn't build his scheme around just beating their offense. That's it. He goes out there and he has a pretty good layout. He has some pretty good playmakers out there. But I think once they figure it out, he's not going to adjust. He's not going to make the proper adjustments to make any stops. And unfortunately, on a game like what we saw today, when the offense has no spark and the offense isn't providing anything to win a football game, then the defense isn't going to have any spark to go win that football game either. One thing I'm a little disappointed in, too, Mike Mayock really hasn't stuck his neck out there too much lately. Kind of makes me think, is he going to be around next year? Is it his choice? Is it the Raiders' choice? Is it a mutual agreement? Is it just too much? I wouldn't blame anybody for not wanting to be around this organization after this year because there was just so much going on. But obviously, it just maybe wasn't a right fit all around. Does that mean Mark Davis is going to come in and start making decisions? There's a report. Vic Tafur of The Athletic came out and he said that it seems that Mark Davis is going to make a decision on Derek Carr even before the next head coach hiring. I don't like that. That kind of seems more like an Al Davis thing, and rest in peace Al. But that's not the guy that needs to be making decisions, personnel decisions. That's the reason he came in and hired John Gruden. He admitted himself that he doesn't know football, and he needs somebody to come in that knows football to run this football team. So because something went south after a few years, now he feels like he has the authority to make those decisions. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I'm not sure that fixes our dysfunction. I think he needs to focus on the front office because we need to rebuild this team from the top down. It starts up top. Mark, it starts with you. It starts with you. Yeah, we got a great stadium. We got a great layout, but that's not all it takes to win as an organization. We need pieces in place. We need pieces in that front office that can be trusted, that want to win. That's where it starts. That's where it starts. This team just needs a hard reset. Season's over, man. And honestly, I think at this point the team needs to prove that it wants to contend in the future by either really making some adjustments here at the end of the season, proving that it's zero tolerance. I don't care what's happened. It's been an embarrassing season. As a fan, it's been an embarrassing season. As a fan base, we've tried to do, I think, everything we possibly can to support this team, even in the move to Vegas. It's been a lot. It's taken a lot out of our pockets. It's taken a big adjustment. It's taken a lot of accepting to understand that our traveling gets harder. The expenses are more. As a Raiders fan, this year is more expensive for a Raiders fan than it ever has been in the past. Expectations go up whenever we start spending more money. Raider Nation, I mean, this is the reason. We're the reason for this football team to tick. You know what I mean? A football team relies on its fan base. Without a fan base, what are you, the Chargers? Yeah, see? They don't even have their own stadium. That's how that happens. So, Las Vegas Raiders, it's time you step up. It's time you make some bold decisions. I don't care what it is. Make some bold decisions because this is a zero tolerance policy at this point. We need to go forward. We need to go into 2022 contending. I want to be sitting at the NFL draft with some hope, with some young guys that can come in, with a coaching staff that can develop and train and learn and get us into the playoffs. It's not happening this year. We've got to make sure it happens next year. Raider Nation, sorry to come at you with this negative attitude. I hate having it myself, but it takes a lot for me to be fed up, and I'm pretty fed up right now. That being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. I guess. Like and subscribe. Turn those bell notifications on. Be doing some more live shows in Vegas. Anyways, Raider Nation, peace.